Hello and welcome to The Talkies, where four filmmakers talk about movies. I'm Kenny.
I'm Dee.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Taylor.
Hey Taylor, what's up, man?
What's up?
And
Hey.
anyway, today we have gathered here to talk about Dune Part 2.
Part 2?
Dos.
Dinde.
Two.
Dune, Dune,
Dune 2.
bad, then
Dune 2.
Oh, Dune 2.
Dune 2.
Dune 2.
We're talking about Dune 2. I love the return to classic 80s sequel titles. You know?
Yep.
It's like every sequel now has to have a clever name. Not Dune. No. Dune 2. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they should have called it Dune.
You know what?
Yeah,
They're
Fast
getting-
and Furious.
They're getting back to the traditional movie values. That's what I care about.
Values.
These are the traditional movie values I care about. When you have a sequel, you call it Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 3.
Agreed. And
Right.
straight marriage is the only way.
Yes.
Traditional cinema value.
Yes.
Facts don't care.
We go straight there here. We're going straight to there.
land on the facts.
Trans people aren't real.
Oh my god, we're definitely not on YouTube right now.
Hillary Clinton drinks the blood.
I'm wearing a skirt and a bra, okay? I'll just say that right now. This is a joke, okay? All right, anyway.
Talkie's fag-free speech.
It was a bit. It's a bit. We're going to talk about Dune 2. How did we get derailed so fast? Oh my God. Anyway.
Because that movie was 3 hours long.
We had to really, we've got all this pent up energy after that long ass movie, which I watched a few days ago. Anyway, Dune 2, hot takes. We got to start off with our hot takes. And my hot take is, it's kind of funny because I enjoyed this more than Dune 1, and yet I feel like Dune 1 was a bit more flawless than Dune 2. That's my hot take.
Wow.
Mm.
If I could say a hot take, that would be it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
that
you're
was
gonna-
interesting. That was a good hot take. Yeah. Thank you.
You could piggyback my hot take anytime.
Oh,
Control C.
All yours, pal.
fantastic.
Control
Thank you.
V.
Thank you. I like the movie a lot.
Not an original thought in your brain, D.
I like this movie a whole lot, and yeah, I'm surprised as to why it's so popular. And I liked the first one more, but I enjoyed the second one more.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
good verbiage. Yeah.
Who?
Maddie.
I'll go. Yeah. Same.
Wow.
That's
Apparently I speak for all of us.
Control C. Control V.
All right.
Tab enter.
Very, very strong.
same.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. My hot take is that this movie is absolutely amazing.
Shit.
Whoa.
And I think
Damn.
it's better than part one, and I liked it more than part
Oh
one.
my God.
God.
And that's not even to put part one down, because I think part one is also flawless.
All right.
You know what? Same.
You know what? Actually, same.
Delete.
I control everything I said. What that man said right there.
Not an original thought in anyone's head.
No.
I was so blown away with the scale
It's
of
insane.
everything in this movie. There's been a lot of movies that try to make things look big, right? That goes back to, and honestly, I think it was done best when filmmakers were actually just building big things,
Yeah.
Jaws.
right? No, way before that.
Like
It's
Cleopatra.
also
Yeah,
very-
Cleopatra, Ben-Hur, Gone with the Wind. You're talking, Ten Commandments. You're talking about sets that are bigger than football fields.
Yeah.
Just massive sets because they didn't have any choice if they wanted.
Right.
They just had to make it real.
Just had to make-
Lord of the Rings, kinda.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. But even then, I don't think anything in Lord of the Rings looked as big as it did in Dune.
Lord of the Rings used a lot of big locations.
It did. And it's not the same as a big set.
Yeah, it's different.
This felt organic.
Yeah.
It felt organic.
I think it's probably because it's sand.
Is that maybe that helps?
Well,
What, like,
no,
not-
they
ahead.
did what you're talking about. They made enormous sets.
I was going to ask because I don't know. I mean, the effects in this are so good.
Yeah.
It was really difficult to see the line between what was practical and what was not.
Yeah.
But there were some shots that just looked gigantic. One was, I think, an improved version of a shot from Game of Thrones, actually. And
Oh, yeah.
that's
I
when
know what shot you're talking about.
Muad'Dib comes out amongst the massive crowd and shot
Yeah.
down.
The horde.
And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking for the seams. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this, I think those are all real people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost it at that moment.
Yeah.
Like seeing this in IMAX big screen.
Yeah.
is fucking
What
incredible.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Then there were a lot of shots that just genuinely made me go, I have no idea how they did that.
Right.
And that's so enjoyable
Movie magic.
to have that experience, you know. There's so many times in movies where I'm like, cool, I can do that. You know. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Sure.
I love when I'm just like gobsmacked at, I don't know, like
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about the story at this point. I'm just like, wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen a movie with better visual effects.
You might be right. You might be right.
I was thinking about this because I've a couple of people, since it's out and popular, people have been asking like, have you seen Dune Part 1? I've heard that a lot, and I hadn't seen it either until this came out and was like, oh yeah, we're going to do it. And I think people are surprised by how much they like, because it's Star Wars,
Yes.
but like with modern kind of camera and effects movements, like
Yeah.
with even just the like the black and white scene on the new planet.
what the fuck?
That was awesome.
It was a simple thing, but it was just thinking of shooting that whole scene. Like Star Wars didn't do that. The Ewoks were in the same color and had somehow the same air and planet. And I think the whole enjoyable part of this is it's really awesome world building. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
kind of funny is the book Dune, from what I understand, inspired Star Wars
Big time.
a lot.
Really?
Yeah. No, Lucas
Wow.
has acknowledged that he was inspired by Dune.
Wow.
So if Denis made a Star Wars, this would be it.
This is
Yeah.
it. This is it.
This is
Yeah.
better than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Star Wars / Blade Runner.
And it's
Yeah,
kind
there
of
you
been
go.
a trope for a long time. Before the movies, Denis movies came out, I've been involved in forums related to the books, and I've read a few of the books. They talk a talking point that people say a lot is that it's false to look at Paul Atreides as an equivalent to Luke Skywalker.
100%.
Yeah.
Paul is the equivalent to Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
He's very much an anti-hero, and his story is closer to a tragedy than a triumph.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love the way that they do. I don't know if this is because I haven't read the books. I assume it's the same way, but I love how they tell the story through his perspective as if he is the hero.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And it like by the time the end rolls around, like I got invested in his relationship with
Zendaya.
yes,
Chani.
yeah.
Chani.
So it hurt when he betrays her at
Right.
the end.
Yeah.
Right in front of her face.
Yeah.
Even though we all saw it coming.
Yes,
Right.
for sure.
He was
Yeah.
leading hints too.
And in a way, it was like the way I thought about it was he was doing it to like for political reasons. Like it wasn't truly what he
That's
felt.
how I felt too, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but seeing that was like I was like, damn, that's painful, and he's kind of an ass to do that. But it's like he's also probably not someone who should be in a relationship
Right.
That's
anyway.
Yeah, I had the same thing.
But it goes to your point. It's amazing the arc just in these two parts that we see Paul go through because he's such a little boy in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he by the end of part 2, you could see him leading a fucking war path.
And-
you know?
he uses the voice on the head
On the Mother Superior.
Benny. Yeah.
Right. And that's like, damn,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it came a
Yeah.
long ways. And it's funny because like in other movies, there'd be times like that. Like in the original, not the original, like in the 80s Dune, David Lynch's Dune, I did not believe Guy was like, Paul had become what he was in the end.
Certainly not.
I did not believe that, yeah. But in this one, I did So that was awesome.
I'd like to change my hot take. I feel like this if it comes out in 3 and the third sucks, then that changes it. But I feel like this, like Denis Villeneuve's / Hans Zimmer's.
Hans Zimmer owns this movie as much as Denis does.
Totally.
Like this movie is a good, or this trilogy will be like kind of what Lord of the Rings was to that version of cinema magic.
Totally.
It will be that, but with digital effects, cinematography, the color grading, sound, all of the other aspects.
Of that.
Kind of.
Yeah, it definitely
They'll
sets a
work
new bar.
together. It does.
No, it blows everything out of the water.
I was just gonna say it makes Avatar look like a
Exactly. I'm like, it's a little dick there.
It feels more like Oppenheimer than like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though it's the Star Wars, like or Avatar, the blue people. That's 100%. Blows that out of the water.
That's why
100%.
that's why I was so confused as to why so many people liked it at first, because we've all been watching Denis for a while, and like seeing like someone who made Enemy go and make
He's not mainstream.
go and make a Star Wars. I'm just like, well, this is clearly for artsy people, but
Yeah,
it's just a good
it's
film.
cool that he hasn't compromised on that either.
Yeah, even when he made
audiences are ready
Blade
for
Runner,
it.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049, that's a famous piece of IP.
Right.
Even that was still kind of received like an art house movie.
It was.
People didn't go crazy for it.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's freaking amazing.
It's really, really good.
yeah, but so it is surprising to see people fall in love with this
Show
movie.
up.
It's really cool.
It's great. Yeah, it's what you want.
I think it kind of means audiences are ready for that kind of a thing.
Yeah, they're hungry for something different.
Yeah, we don't want the shitty CGI.
dude,
I'm tired of the fucking MCU.
MCI, Marvel.
Yeah.
We have Marvel
Fuck
fucking
that shit.
fatigue.
Yeah.
2020.
Something like this comes out, it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, before we were getting into the weeds of the storyline, but I want to stick with the visuals a little longer. I had mentioned
main part of the story.
I mentioned
lot to say
shots
about
that I felt impossible to me. The one that like I'm still like fantasizing about, like I can't stop thinking about it, is when Paul gets on a sandworm for the first time, and he goes running along this dune that's collapsing under his feet.
Yes. Yeah.
And dives down into the collapsing dune. And then we're in like clouds and sand flying and all that, and I get that. I figure, but that bit when he's running along the edge and the dunes collapse, I'm like, how?
I know.
Yeah.
Did they do that?
I know.
No idea.
I'm looking for like the obvious CGI spots, like the compositing. I'm like, we're in a studio. What the?
I will say this had a budget, I looked it up, of $190 million.
Yeah, and you know what's cool about that? Freaking every Marvel movie has had 220 plus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what happens when you have an indie art house filmmaker.
Yes.
Go big.
Do the big thing.
He can do the big things on way less money.
Yeah. So where'd all that other fucking money go? Just the actors?
I've been reading a little bit about this, and apparently a lot of people who worked on the VFX for Dune, because people are asking the same question, like, why does the massive $250 million Marvel movie look like garbage compared to this cheaper movie?
Yeah.
Still a lot of money, but cheaper. And some of the VFX artists say it comes down to very basic movie making things, which is having a meticulous storyboard.
Yep.
Setting up your shots for a very specific visual effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And long-term communication with the VFX house.
Yeah.
The way Marvel shoots their stuff is
It's all canned.
Yeah, it's all canned, and they kind of like change their minds later, and they shoot it like they don't want to shoot Marvel movies like sitcoms.
But they shoot
No,
coverage.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They shoot coverage.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't really
I was
even
looking for the
shoot
word.
coverage for that kind of
No.
Right.
They don't have a cinematographer. They have A cam, B cam, C cam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, and do these
And then
elaborate
also
VFX on it.
Cam, drone. Also, why not just put a GoPro on somebody just in case.
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the visuals, I wanted to talk about the friggin' what was the planet called with
Arrakis?
no the black and white, the black sun.
Something Prime.
Yeah, like
Gideus Prime or something
Yeah.
like that.
Optimus.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
they shot that in infrared.
Right.
Really?
I knew it wasn't standard black and white.
Yeah, there was
No.
something to it.
black
They were
and white.
glowing.
I'm like, no, this is not black
Yeah,
and white.
there's a little more to it.
This is uncanny. It's so uncanny.
Yeah, and apparently they had there was infrared cameras that they could use, or black and white ones at least, but they didn't have them on set, and Denis couldn't rent them, and so they modified the cameras that they had by taking out the IR filter inside of the sensor.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Which is nuts, and putting then a visible color filter. On
So they
top of
shot it
What
in,
the fuck?
that. Yeah,
like they looked at the monitor and it was in color, but they were shooting not.
they were
in
shooting.
infrared?
So the way that camera sensors, because infrared photography has been a huge thing for a long time, but how it usually works is you need a special sensor
Yeah.
to see infrared.
Yeah.
Because all cameras can see infrared, but just a little bit.
Okay.
And so if you need to put on a visible light filter in front of your camera, that lets in just a tiny bit of infrared, and then you have to bump up your exposure like crazy.
Yeah.
To get anything.
Right.
And so they made these specific cameras that can take in infrared, but the thing is, because it's not visible, you
Yeah.
have to convert it to something else. So
Wow.
that's why it was black and white.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Pretty crazy.
You notice the Bene Gesserit who were there were all wearing black shrouds.
Yeah.
And then they walk outside and they're in white shrouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Fascinating.
They said the costume designers said that it was super hard to work in infrared because everything looked different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to design a costume to look black in infrared.
Right.
Which is not necessarily what it looks like in
Which is
real
not
life
the same,
or like
yeah.
to your
so
eyes.
crazy.
Like green in black and white looks.
I was wondering
sweet.
what that was because
Yeah.
it was uncanny. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've felt
It
this
got a very George Miller vibe.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Which was cool.
Fury Road.
But it actually looked way better than George Miller.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I liked that they gave a little exposition on the aesthetic.
Uh-huh.
They,
Yeah, with the black sun.
Yeah, they said we're outside underneath the black sun.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Right.
That's so crazy.
That's
Yep.
crazy. And then it was the only. I could never imagine in my own imagination. I would have felt very challenged to come up with something that could look like evil fireworks.
Yes. Yes.
Like I'm like, dude, if a like demented supervillain planet had fireworks,
Yeah.
that is what they look like.
Yeah.
So
Like these cannot look like Disneyland fireworks. They
No,
look like,
it's a different planet, different cultures.
Yeah.
They have different shit.
That's not Star
It
Wars.
totally fucking cements that whole idea of this
Yeah.
other world. Like I just remember thinking, and like in the theater, I was totally invested, and then I was like, wow, all of these people on this planet. Like I almost was drawn out by the horde aspect of like this huge coliseum. They're all fucking bald and
Yeah.
doing the same movements. I was looking for the seams again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, and then I didn't see it, and I was like, wow, that means this person committed to at some level having that many people there. Like they all knew about the infrared shit, and they were just down for it. Because it works and it doesn't lose. It's like a high risk, high reward thing.
Yeah.
Because it wins, you believe even more that this is a whole ass planet with millions of people
Right.
who are all in favor of this
Dude,
Baron guy.
it's been a really long time since I've seen a movie with a over the top super villain.
Yeah.
That gave me dread.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
chills.
Like I really felt the menace of these, not just him, but all these people, like
Yeah.
this whole planet.
Yeah.
Just
Everybody,
felt
yeah.
like I'll have nightmares about this. I think you know. And that guy Feyd, whatever,
The nephew.
the nephew
House the Dragon.
was one
Freaky as
of
fuck.
Oh.
the.
Was he House of the Dragon?
He just looked like it. And,
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, he does look like
Austin
what's his
Butler.
name.
He
Yeah.
does look like
I thought that too.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But he, dude, he was psycho, man.
Yeah.
He was a
Perfect.
next level psycho bad guy. He made me so uncomfortable.
he
Yeah.
totally crossed all the lines.
Uh-huh.
And it was perfect.
Dude, I loved when he kissed the Baron back on the mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, I
It's
have
disgusting.
to talk about that because
Why?
for some reason I don't understand why it's a deal, why anyone's even talking about it.
Because it's gross.
It's
Incest. Mouth kissing.
To me, there was something about the way he kissed him back that was like one-upping the Baron.
Yeah.
No, it was
like,
yeah, no, 100% was, but to me,
No,
it was-
I don't care about like gay aspect
No,
of it or anything.
I guess because
It just felt unprecedented. Like it was just kind of.
it just
maybe-
looked like something that I imagine would happen here. And then when the movie ended, I'm left thinking about cool ass sandworms and Paul,
Right.
and
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
talking about that fucking kiss.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
Yeah. It's a very quick.
I don't get that.
It's a very
Yeah.
quick thing that happens.
I just saw a very good character
Yeah,
development.
it's,
Okay,
it's
well, it was
yeah,
that.
and but a lot of people, are talking about it.
Yeah.
a lot, making it sound like it was a bigger thing.
Well, I understand
It's
it was
hanging
improvised.
fruit,
Yeah.
You know.
It was,
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah. The
Yeah, it was,
actor Austin Butler, the kiss, the first kiss was scripted.
Oh.
Austin Butler's kiss back was improvised.
Oh.
And I just thought it like really illustrated
great.
his ambition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second
Yeah.
is actually made the first one make more sense to me.
Yeah.
A little bit, which is funny. But
You know what was really funny when I was watching this, and when that scene happened, I was like, "What the fuck?" for a different reason, because I got confused on who was playing that character. I knew the Skarsgård guy was playing the Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the Pennywise Skarsgård was playing.
Amber thought that too.
Yeah, because he kind of looked
he,
like
he
him.
looks like
Yeah.
a Skarsgård.
And I was
Totally
like,
does.
oh, I see the Pennywise.
You're like, it really is a
influence.
a
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, that's a cool casting to have actual related people play related, and then they kiss on the mouth like that, and I was like, whoa.
You're like, oh, wait a second.
what the fuck?
I
That's dedication.
that's dedication, I guess.
Heaven forbid actors who are related to each other kiss in a movie.
I mean, it took me out of it for a second.
Okay, I get you.
I thought it was a little weird.
Actually,
Then that
my
makes more
favorite
sense.
moment from him was when in the final battle with him and Paul says his line about "May thy knife chip and shatter,"
He says,
and then he just
"May
says it
thy
back. He's like,
knife," yeah.
"May thy knife chip and shatter," and
Yeah.
the way he just like threw Paul's badass line back at him,
Yeah.
just made me go, "Shit, Paul's gonna die."
Yeah.
Paul's going to die. This
Yeah.
guy's fucking
Yeah.
psycho.
Yeah.
You know what? If I had anything bad to say about the movie, this wouldn't be a bad thing, but it's something that took me out a little bit, and it was the whole black and white scene of them putting the drugged people.
Yeah.
So what's his name? To Feyd. It's the same Feyd.
Whatever.
Feyd.
Do you mean in the fight?
Yeah.
The
Coliseum.
gladiator
The Coliseum. Yeah.
sequence?
Yeah.
The nephew is how in my
Yeah.
head. Just the nephew.
The nephew. Anyway, well, the
I don't
nephew
remember
guy.
anyone's names.
Yeah.
Eyebrowless dude. Yeah. Anyway, with that whole thing about his birthday and everything, and he's gonna kill these people, it's already kind of effed. I'm like, oh yeah, he's kind of psycho. Like, that's okay. I've seen this before, right? I've seen people like this before. It's giving Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
kind of.
It's
But when he's out there doing his stuff and he's fighting against drugged people, to me it makes him feel soft. And it didn't make him feel out of control or weird or fucked up. It made him feel like, oh, he has a perverse habit of killing people, and they're just kind of giving him softball here.
That's pretty gross.
And then it's kind of gross. Yeah, I would say so. But I guess it wasn't as hard as I was expecting. I was expecting him to be like
But wasn't that the point of the final guy he fights?
that's the part where I'm like, okay, now I believe he's more
Yeah.
like what's the term where you acknowledge
Sold.
death all the time. Anyway,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's where I felt like that was happening, and
I
that's
think
where
that's the
felt
point
like,
of that scene.
Yeah.
Is to kind of sell the audience. Oh, he actually is a really, really bad guy.
Okay, so maybe we're getting
You know what I
eased
mean?
into it a
I
little
think
bit.
so.
Okay, I mean,
Well,
I just maybe-
what I imagined is that this Coliseum thing is a tradition.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
something they do,
but they've always done it this
and
way
it's
with the
always
drugs.
been fixed.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
victims are always
Everybody knows
drugged.
about it.
Yeah.
So you go in and kill people and go, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so awesome.
But
It's
to me,
my
that makes
birthday."
them,
Yeah.
look soft, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And and then that's why the Baron's like, I need to make sure I'm making the right choice by sending this asshole
Right, right.
Arrakis.
Right.
So I'm going to get
So
a
happy
real
birthday.
guy.
Yeah.
And then he has his own like revelation during
the
the
shield
fight,
off.
and he's like, "Oh, I know what I need to do."
So maybe what it was I connected with him in the very beginning when they showed him when he was stabbing the girl that was right
The
next to him.
girls.
that was to feed his pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty. fucked up.
It is. Yeah.
So when they went into the Coliseum, I was like, oh, this fucked up guy is not as fucked up as I thought. Oh, I guess maybe he is.
Yeah. He's just doing the family traditional birthday.
Yeah, he was playing a role.
He wasn't there to kill people. He was just,
Some
this is what
theater.
we do.
I got a sense that he was a prince.
It's like singing happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was more of a dance.
Yeah, this was
A
Jamie
dance,
Lannister going out on Jamie Lannister's birthday.
Yeah.
And they have
It's a christening.
Your local thing. Yeah, your local Hussarg out and
I love those horned folks on the sides
so creepy.
that would intervene, you know?
Yeah.
referees.
And when he
Yeah.
intervenes,
That
he's
was
like,
sick, yeah.
"Fuck, get off of him." You know, he's like pissed off that they're getting involved.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. So damn, that Atreides guy was really good.
I know, right?
He was the doctor.
No, he wasn't. They killed him.
No, they
That's
killed the
right.
doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one dude, he was like,
Yeah.
He's just
Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if the horn dude didn't
Got a little
intervene,
excited.
he might have won. He might have won.
It's true.
Maybe it's foreshadowing to the other Atreides winning.
Yeah.
I actually had that
Atreides
thought.
are-
He says the same line both times. Like, you fought well, Atreides.
All right, back to you. What started this comment was you saying if there's one thing that you
oh no, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah.
So my one thing I could criticize is I didn't love Zendaya's performance.
That was my other thing.
Really?
Yeah. I liked it at the parts where she could be very dramatic and emotional. But I feel like when she is a normal human being, just like your everyday lines kind of stuff, she feels very, very fake.
Yeah.
Really?
And it was the romance bits, especially the scenes where they're sitting in the dunes and they're like, let's do our romantic talk and fall in love. It reminded me of Anakin and Padme.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I bought it.
I'm glad it
I did
wasn't
too,
very long. It wasn't. Well, you guys are very sentimental, you know, so I get that. But you know, I'm a very cold, stone-hearted person.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to crack this.
You're fucked up.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucked up. You know, Taylor, how fucked up I am.
I know.
So, I'm not a. No, it's wrong to say I'm not a Zendaya fan. There are things that I think I've seen her in that I thought were awesome.
Yeah.
And there was a trailer before the movie for her in this like tennis movie that looks. Do you see that? Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, she plays like a really intense tennis player who gets injured, and then she becomes a coach, and she's like super hardcore, and she uses sex as a weapon, and it looks very dramatic. And I'm just like, you know, she's gonna do great in that movie. And she does great in Spider-Man
She's doing Spider-Man. Yeah.
because it's very, very simple.
Yeah. Kenny and I talked about this a little bit before, and I shared the same view where Zendaya, I feel like, is really good in extremes and not so good in not extremes. But I'm not exactly sure because, like you said, but you talked about Spider-Man and how she's just very normal in that movie, but she's really good in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I didn't like in this movie was that I felt like she was only frowning like for the last third of the movie, and that was like her character arc and that was it. And I'm like, I want her to do something, right? And when she was like refusing to bring Paul back to life, that was sick. Like that was
That
awesome.
scene was dope. Yeah, she was excellent in that scene.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was her doing something that I was like, oh yeah, I get it. But most of the direction of her like standing when everyone else is sitting, I'm kind of over.
Really?
Yeah, because it didn't say anything to me because I already know how she's feeling. I already know she's disrespectful at this moment on purpose for a reason. I don't need to be told that more and more. And I felt like it was redundant. So that's how I felt.
You fucker.
I know.
That's my like biggest complaint about the movie. So that's how much I like the movie.
Yeah.
It's like honestly not a big deal.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a big deal for me at all.
You know what I loved is the shot of her reaction right after Paul is like, and I'll take your daughter's hand in marriage, and it's like that shot of her looking devastated
She
and
has
like
she has
super hurt,
that look,
heartbroken.
That was pretty bad. Yeah.
That's probably the best moment of her performance, I think. Just that one shot. My one thing with this movie
Okay.
is when Paul in the knife duel, Paul gets stabbed.
It's in the.
Yeah, and he's like, oh. But then he gets him back, and then he's fine. He walks it off.
Then he's fine.
Yeah, that was actually my thing. I thought he got stabbed in the bottom left abdomen,
Yeah.
but he took the knife out of his shoulder.
No, he had 2 knives in him.
He had
Did?
2 knives.
Why did he
Yeah.
take 2 knives out? I was waiting for the second knife pull to be like,
The
oh, I've
second
never
knife
seen
was
that.
up here. So he was already stabbed, and then the second knife is the one he grabs and holds, and it gets pushed all the way into him, and then
And while that's
and
happening,
he pulls this one out
To
and
use
stabs
it.
him.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see him take the second.
Yeah, I actually didn't
Which is
notice that
awesome.
until the second viewing.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the second knife pull.
Taylor, to your point, spoilers. He'll never be in as good shape again.
Oh, okay.
He got fucked up.
Okay.
He is fucked
So there's
up.
consequences.
Yeah, he's not going to bounce back like a Marvel.
No, yeah, they're gonna do the snap and everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's just funny because, okay, well, then there's consequences for the movie that hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, but I also
The-
thought his performance was pretty believable. At least like the way he was breathing, like it felt like he was really close to dying.
Maybe I'll see it, and if I want to watch it again, maybe I'll see more in his performance.
Don't use that. Don't watch it again.
Okay. Well, don't
watch it.
His labored breathing like disturbed me.
Yeah, it was sad. I'm like, oh, he's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, but it seemed like he just kind of walked off and was like ready to leave the charge.
He was okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I wanted to get everyone's opinion and feelings on the character arc of Paul in general. Because I felt people in the audience around me getting like pissed off, being like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Really?
Yes. Some people don't like that.
Well, they probably
They want a hero.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean that's what I loved. It kind of defied what I expected in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
you know, and it made me feel very conflicted.
Me too.
It made me feel a little betrayed.
Me too.
Yeah,
Man.
in a great way.
But I felt
Bold.
I didn't
Challenging.
I don't think I felt betrayed because as soon as he drank the water, or like when he told Zendaya, like I'll do what must be done. That shit, he changed.
Yes.
Like he made his decision in
Yes.
the sand there. So I was kind of, it wasn't surprising that
Yeah.
he chose that and that he
Sure.
was telling her I love you,
True.
no matter what, you know. And
I felt betrayed, but also felt what else could he do?
I feel sorry for him.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Like it feels like
true.
he gets to a point where he's like, I have to go south. I have to give in to this prophecy thing of my mother's because there's no other choice.
Yeah, I mean,
Props
watching
to him for having. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go for it, no.
Props to him for I feel like I carried that the whole time. Like even in the first movie when
Yeah.
they're starting to call him Lisa Malagaib or whatever, and even
This
there.
shit's out of his hands.
Yeah, I even
Exactly,
feel that
yeah.
in him there. Like he's like, I'm probably gonna have to shit. You know, like I can see it in him there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of I think that's his performance more than anything.
I was never confused by any of the choices he made. Like they all
Agreed.
made sense.
Yeah.
They all
Logically.
trace back.
So
to
if you're
something.
Paul, how do you feel about your mom?
Hater,
Right? You hate her? Yeah. I don't
But-
know.
I don't know.
What do you think about the
can't-
Bene Gesserit and their like scheming?
they're not good. I think that's going to be the book 3 or the third part.
Just
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't read the book,
They're-
but
It was weird because I was in the first viewing, I was really with Paul the whole time, and I was like, oh yeah, I can see why he needs to do this. Oh yeah, I can see why he needs to do that, and just that over and over, and I was like really empathizing with him. And then my second viewing, I was like, right, no, he's a bad guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He turns into a bad guy, and I can see all the like the Bene Gesserit influences coming through, and the plans are actually doing what they wanted it to do, and he's actually turning. And I was just like,
And they had a fallback, but they don't need it.
yeah,
It's
but they
just
don't even
dirty.
need it. Yeah, God, that's so
It's evil.
it's evil. Yeah,
I
it was
saw
great.
I saw one interview with Denis where he's talking about with part 2, he wanted to rectify an issue that he said Frank Herbert had, where he said Frank Herbert was disappointed with how people viewed Paul Atreides after the book came out. People saw him as
a
more of a hero,
Yeah.
and he always intended him to be an anti-hero. And so Denis said he wanted to make sure and really hammer home that angle.
Jeez,
of the movie,
I think he
of the
did.
character, yeah.
Jeez, you know what's funny is that when we finished watching the '80s Dune, which we have on YouTube, the end of that, I never felt like he was a big anti-hero at all. Like,
Yeah.
no, definitely Lynch leaned more into making him a hero figure.
Yeah.
Sure.
like he definitely felt like a savior at one point. Like Like, yeah, I mean, he didn't really matter at the end because of his sister, but I like.
Right.
But that was, yeah, I was never against him like I was here.
Well, and to be fair, in Lynch's Dune, almost the entirety of Lynch's, like, almost the entirety of Denis Part 2 is shown as a montage.
Right.
In the last 20 minutes.
They squeeze it in.
Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lynch's Dune. Yeah.
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 I think the stage was pretty well set for a lot of speculation, which is fun. As an like, I didn't read the book, so I'm like looking forward to like, okay. I even love how what's his face, funny guy, local Stilgart.
Yeah.
I love his
Dude, he's
how
awesome.
he's awesome. And by the end, when he's it is written, and they're all he's the god. I had the same thought of, oh, maybe it's not so great, right, to be a fundamentalist.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That term usually turns me off.
Yeah, I think that's why Zendaya's performance didn't bother me. I think because her character, I thought that was kind of her character.
Because she's the logical one.
She's a little bit kind of a like her friends at some point convert more to Paul in the belief than she does
Right.
in her.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I bought her, and I'm interested to see if she kills him. Like in a...
Don't spoil it, Kenny.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
What I will say is that, and bringing up the 80s Dune again, the real loss of the 80s Dune and the way many people read the first book, because almost no one goes on to the second book, is this idea that one, that Paul's a hero, but two, that they throw out this idea that the prophecy and all that is like actually just the Bene Gesserit doing their political shit in the background, and they're manipulating everyone.
Yeah, there's more there.
But then it
becomes more. Right?
It actually, you're like, oh no, the prophecy's real.
Right.
He's a real savior.
Right.
That's what the 80s Dune suggested.
Right.
That's what a lot of fans believe in the books, and I definitely think in Denis movies.
Yeah.
It's going to show, no, this is like real humanity.
Yeah.
Right? And in real humanity, the miraculous is being manufactured, usually by greedy people in the background who want to take advantage of people and fuck people up so that they can get wealthy and powerful. And that's what Dune is about. It is more Game of Thrones than Star Wars in that way.
I love that so much.
Me too.
So much, yeah.
It's kind of the coolest part about, like, when I was trying to explain this to Betty, she's like, I don't care. I did it before. I was like, okay, well, essentially it's a world. And I kind of think, and part of why I'm interested, is that it's as though our humanity could make it to 10,912.
Yeah.
Right.
And as though our people, with our faults, conquered different planets, developed, multiplied and replenished the worlds in different worlds, and adapted to survive in those different worlds, and had cultures and everything over thousands and thousands of years. Now start the story with Paul Atreides and all of these,
Right.
They have atomics, which is very cool.
Right.
It's like an ancient maybe word.
Right.
But but there's probably a reason
All
why
great families have their collection of atomics.
the great
I love the way that's
So
worded.
awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's like the family jewels.
Yeah, and and they don't use them because that would be
It's still is catastrophic.
Yeah, they've learned or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well, I think you're totally right. And like, that's a good guess at like, if humanity as it is did survive for that long and populated, it probably would look something like that.
yeah.
See what
The technology, the weapons.
Yes.
This is another cool bit that wouldn't spoil anything from the books, because it's from before the first movie.
Spoiling.
Spoiling the prequel if Denis ever makes a prequel. Sorry, not sorry. Is that so? Like, humanity evolves along our timeline, right, and develops greater and greater technology and starts to spread beyond the Earth. At a certain point, they begin to see artificial intelligence as a threat, and there is a war against artificial intelligence. And then there is an end of an era is when humanity succeeds in destroying the last thinking machine.
Whoa.
And so everything you see in Dune takes place after that event. So they have all the other technological developments from the past, but they've rooted out thinking machines.
Interesting.
So they're like simultaneously gone back really far
Barbaric.
in human development while
Yeah.
also having very advanced.
So they can
That's why they
see
can.
that.
That's why they have nukes and can fly,
Right.
interstellar travel.
Yeah.
Anti-gravity jetpacks.
God, those are so
So
And
the
then-
effects were just so
They don't have like
believable.
computers.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah,
Makes sense.
The
Yeah.
physics of the anti-gravity stuff was
That was
nuts,
sick.
by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of shots that I don't know how they pulled it off, of jumping out. I remember there's a wide shot of jumping or watching all these people jump and float and then seamlessly land and walk. What the fuck? How do they do that? Because
Yeah.
is that a set or is it outside?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know anything for this movie.
I don't know anything anymore.
The best thing Denis could do to remain the most respected director in the world is never put out a behind the scenes video.
Never.
Well, just keep it a secret. you know?
Never. Yeah.
I have been watching the behind the scenes.
Don't tell me.
Then there was something really cool in that.
What's that?
Is that how they do chroma key for these movies? Is they?
Yeah.
I was telling Dee about this. They do chroma key in this, but they don't use green or blue. They use tan. So they do like a sand, like a tan brown screen. And the way they're able to key that in the desert is by turning the footage invert. They invert the footage, and when you
No
invert it,
way.
you get a blue screen. They key that and then export the alpha,
Holy cow.
and re-import it and invert it back, and then you're in color.
That's
Wow.
And that's
And
how
that gives you
don't see any
seamless edges.
spill. Oh
yeah,
my
no
God.
spill. Yeah, you get seamless edges. Yeah,
Genius.
wild. Yeah,
Wow.
super smart.
That almost sounds like a fucking. And I guess this is how. Fuck it. They did this for every cool. I guess this is how they learn new shit. But that sounds like a fucking hack.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it
yeah.
sounds like something
like a
I would
janky
do.
workaround.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I wouldn't tell anyone how I did it because they'd be like, "How did you do this?" I'd be like, "I don't know. It's janky."
yeah,
it's too janky.
Yeah,
way.
that's like
know what I mean?
extremely advanced jankiness.
Yeah.
Innovative jank.
Innovative janky.
innovative change.
Oh my God.
And committed because you
Yeah.
kind of have to shoot it with that in mind
Absolutely.
in order to make that work too. So you can't shoot a coverage even where you have like just a normal Alexa.
Yes,
You have the
yeah.
tan screen. You
That's
have to kind of.
crazy.
Right.
Wow.
Because it always confused me because I would see that in like featurettes, the BTS stuff, or like it'd be a shot of a big set and there'd be these brown screens, and I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? What are they
Wow.
thinking? Are they stupid?
Literally an alpha.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
So, a couple other interesting things from the lore
Yeah.
is that as humanity spread through the galaxy, there was an emperor that oversaw and was like the ruling head of the government. But as people got further and further out, any kind of governing body was less and less effective. You had less control because it takes years to get messages back and forth and
Right.
stuff
Right.
like that. And so all kinds of like civic and cultural development happened in isolation.
Yeah.
And that eventually leads to a bunch of people who say, why are we beholden to an emperor? And so a massive galaxy spanning civil war happens.
Right.
Which doesn't come under control until very shortly before Dune 1.
Makes sense.
There's like a
treaty or something.
treaty, and the Spacing Guild is founded, and a new emperor is chosen. And because of the discovery of spice, they're able to travel intergalactically pretty quickly,
Right.
and can actually rule over worlds all over the place.
Because of the discovery of spice.
And then the sandworms were introduced to Arrakis.
No way.
They're an invasive species.
wow.
And they are the introduction of the sandworms is the reason the planet got turned into a desert.
That makes sense.
And so literally they caused it.
I'm starting to not like this as much.
All right, shut up.
Don't worry, it's just deep lore that doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't matter to you, but it matters to me. But the point
matters
is
a lot.
that it's still in cultural memory of the Fremen to have water. The idea of the planet having water and green things is hundreds of years removed, but it's only hundreds of years.
Right.
Meaning that
happen.
oral history and things was literally within cultural memory.
Interesting.
None of that's real.
None of it matters.
No,
to
but
the movies, I guess.
it
but
adds to the.
I thought you might be interested.
No, I
think
think
no.
it's fiction.
Yeah, it makes sense.
This
and
is all fiction.
What?
Fiction.
shit.
I believe.
I believe that this will maybe. I don't know.
I believe in Paul Atreides.
It makes me wonder about the Bene Gesserit, and it makes me wonder about the water of life and how much the religion. It's interesting to me that this religion of whatever is like the Bene Gesserit religion, which spans more than just this planet, but that this planet's people have accepted it, and that is the main. Like that's huge. A religion on a whole planet, and it's connected to the blood of these big sandworms that these people also ride. Sounds like a plant. Sounds like something that maybe, let's give this planet sandworms.
Yeah.
And
That
let's
does,
plant, cultural kind of seedlings and.
That makes
Yep.
more sense. Yeah.
And so, what's his name? Herbert, the author. He's not a narrative storyteller in the traditional way. He's much more a lore creator and a political. So he spins political webs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not telling a story with a real clean beginning, middle, and end, which makes me really curious as to what this third movie
Me
is going to
too.
be.
There's a lot of different little breadcrumb trails. that-
Denis been pretty. From what I've heard, what Denis said is he's making a third movie, and it will be a conclusion to a trilogy.
Good.
And the books give you nothing like a conclusion whatsoever.
He said he wants to finish Paul's story
Yeah.
Yeah.
specifically.
So Paul dies and Zendaya kills him. That's my guess.
Most likely. I mean,
I love we use
Like-
Paul and then we use Zendaya.
I mean,
I guess if there's anyone to make a conclusion and write it themselves, Denis would be a good person to do
100%.
so. Yeah.
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 The diehards of the books are all like, oh, you can't finish it in the third movie because that's like the biggest cliffhanger ever. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I would love for Denis to write an ending.
Well, look,
Like, I don't care if he completely makes it up.
Yeah.
well, no, Dune Part 1 and 2 is one book, a whole book.
Yep.
And Dune Part 2 does not end conclusively whatsoever. But it's the end of a full
Story.
book.
Yeah. I mean, if any,
So the point is,
Yeah.
Denis is not afraid. He'll finish Paul's story because Paul's story ends in the next one. But if the book leaves stuff open, it's going to be open. I think he'll stay true to that.
I
yeah,
agree.
Denis wouldn't care.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That would ruin it. Part of the coolness is just the mystery
And that's
finding
exactly.
out little bits.
And that's kind of cool. Like, why? I mean, how do you can't just wrap up because the world is so big.
Yeah.
You can't wrap up entire civilization, different
I don't want an explanation
civilizations
of
and
the goo
cultures.
that the fucking bad guy goes into.
Right.
I don't want to know.
It's motor oil.
It's like now suddenly,
you.
and now everyone in the whole galaxy lived peacefully and harmoniously for all time.
Yeah. That's not Denis.
No,
That's not
and that's not good
I
storytelling
was
either.
kind of hoping that it'd feel buttoned up after this movie.
Yeah.
I haven't
was
heard
too. I was
anything about a
flipped up
third
after
one
it.
yet.
But I like it.
No, and I'm down for him to finish a trilogy. What I'm not down for is for Denis to be attached to some ongoing, unanswered
100%.
I'm not.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to move on and make other movies.
Yes.
Well, he wants to do that too. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not looking forward to Dune 4 that's
Right.
executive produced by Denis. You know.
Yeah,
executive
I really hope
And
that
it will
doesn't
be.
happen.
Yeah.
It fucking will.
I'm hoping he has a contract that stipulates that this is the end. Some filmmakers
hope.
do that. Nolan did that with his Batman trilogy.
Oh, really?
His contract said no one could make a sequel to this Batman. They'd have to
this universe.
reboot, start a new universe kind of thing.
Good.
So I would hope for that.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
similar.
Dude, yeah.
I know Denis doesn't want to do Dune forever. He agrees with you because he
Him and I
says-
usually get along really well. Yeah.
He let me know. He's like,
Yeah.
Kenny, I agree.
So
with-
Kenny, I agree with.
I agree with Kenny, and because he's not doing Dune Messiah next. He's doing a different movie, and then he's gonna go do
Yeah,
Dune
it-
Messiah.
Oh, so it's gonna be a long gap.
It's gonna be a big
Yeah,
gap.
like
Yeah.
5 years or something.
Yes, it's gonna be about 5 years.
All right, I'm down.
I want to say I think it's amazing, Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
Wow.
I think it's amazing that people like Yorgos and Ari Aster and freaking Denis, filmmakers that we've followed for like years now, are really popular.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It
crazy.
is, especially Yorgos, honestly.
Yorgos,
Yeah.
that was blowing my mind.
I have a theory about that. I think it's partially another consequence of the Netflix and
Streaming services
Yeah.
watering
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the pond.
Marvel and Disney had
Yeah.
their heyday, and I'm tired of it, and I'm not alone.
Yeah,
you know.
that's becoming a more mainstream sentiment.
Yeah.
The average audience member agrees with that generally.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to after this moment where we're over the art stuff and now let's go back into the silly stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I
Like, you know what I really miss? is the freaking Avengers.
yeah, the Marvel
No,
days.
I think that'll change too, and I think that because of Cocaine Bear. I think Cocaine Bear might be a new genre of that cheap, low-hanging fruit that will still be enjoyable.
Well, you know, there's that movie that's coming out that's produced by Ari Aster. The
Whatever that big
Sasquatch
thing
one?
is.
Yeah.
that looks pretty freaking.
It seems like an experiment. I'm here for that.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll
Well,
see it.
the thing is, there's always movies of all kinds, all the time.
That's very profound. Very profound.
There's always different kinds of movies all the time.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Many different genres.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's true.
Wow.
But has there ever been a genre that like emulates pizza?
There's been a genre.
mouth genre.
I was going to say there is mouth anus
Mouth
genre.
anus.
Right. There is mouth anus genre.
Yeah, there's only like 2 movies, I think.
Yeah,
Human
Human
Centipede?
Centipede. Yeah, is
And
one.
then there's Human Centipede 2.
and Human Centipede.
It's pretty much
That's-
those two. Yeah.
It's a niche genre, but it is a genre.
I guess it qualifies.
All its own.
Yeah.
All its own. Don't say pizza yet, please. I'm not ready.
Pizza.
Don't.
Wait, I had something super profound to say
All right, go ahead.
Say
about
it.
science fiction.
Hell yeah.
Science fiction, good science fiction tends to be about what's going on in modern day life through the eyes of fantastical technology. But to really say things about
No.
stuff that's really
Commentary.
happening now. Yeah.
Sure.
Like cyberpunk.
I think what you're saying is good storytelling.
No.
Human.
Bad storytelling.
I'm sorry.
All right, sorry. Yeah, let him finish. Go. What are you saying?
Cyberpunk is a futuristic dystopian that is actually, the dystopian things that happen with corporations.
The
and-
video game, you mean?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The game, the genre as a whole, Blade Runner. Corporations do these crazy things that you're thinking, whoa, that's so crazy that something like that would happen.
Yeah.
But stuff like that does happen in real life. And science fiction is like a lens to view what's happening to humanity
Yeah.
in a different kind of light.
Yeah.
Or in a way that's can be graspable.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also
And Dune is like that.
Yeah, I think sci-fi also could be one of the branches to horror, because you can kind of let yourself explore what ifs situations. Like, what if humanity does, get to the point? I love the AI lore background, because I'm like, yeah, what if AI gets to a point of, what's a good example of where that becomes a thing? Ex Machina.
Right.
That's kind of science
Yes.
fiction. It's
Yeah,
also
absolutely.
kind of horror, because it's kind of I've wondered, what would happen if robots could think, and especially if they were robots that were really horribly treated and then also given a lot of sentience and intellectual ability. They'd probably come back and kill us. And,
Terminator, Blade Runner.
yeah, I kind of think that's cool about Dune. And
Absolutely.
I want more of, like, let's explore what it would look like if we polluted Earth and if we moved to Mars, like we're all wondering. Or what it looked like if we came from Mars, like
Or if we polluted Mars and moved.
and came here. Exactly.
That's all.
Thank you.
It was very profound.
That was so profound.
Wow.
Well done. Anyway, there was new when this movie was when Dune 1 was just a little idea we were hearing about connected to Denis. I remember hearing news that made me sad initially, and now I'm happy. And that news was that Hans Zimmer was not going to do the next Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
And we were all like, we're like, what? And it was because he was going to go do Dune.
Yeah, very happy about
Denis.
Yeah.
Fucking elevates it.
And holy shit, the music.
Hello, listeners. My name is Devon. I'm currently editing this episode, and I just wanted to say you might need to turn down your volume for the next few seconds as Kenny shows us his rendition of the Dune soundtrack. There's your warning. We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Music is so good.
So it's
Hold on. Like that?
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Yeah.
You think I blew it out?
my
You think it
normalization
was okay?
is gone now. I really thought it was cool that both Oppenheimer, but you haven't seen Oppenheimer, but Oppenheimer and this movie, almost they had like music was like almost
And
directing.
sound.
Yeah.
Like so many cool.
The soundtracks in here were in both those movies are just so present.
Oh my God.
It's really
You're talking about that shot where he's fucking running on the thing and the thing is fucking going and the fucking worm is fucking shit. The sound emulated water, which was brilliant.
I love
'cause it
that.
sounded like you were,
Yeah.
you know, as you go underwater and he's literally drowning, but it's also just thematically beautiful that the
yeah.
water,
Yeah.
the sandworm.
good.
That's fucking sound. That like that is not an afterthought, but
That's good
that's
shit.
part of why these movies are so successful.
Yeah,
Every category is checked excellent.
100%.
That's fun.
One of those things that I loved so much about Lord of the Rings sound design was when we talked about how the treants would speak and how their voice was mixed with wood cracking in order to make it sound like they had some sort of natural like evolution of vocal cords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the same with the oh shit, I just thought of a cooler thing in Mad Max Fury Road. When what's his name, Mad Max, gets his freaking IV pulled out during the sandstorm, and we hear his heart pumping. I just love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah.
That was crazy stuff. Anyway,
Oh, dude, I haven't even mentioned yet.
Furiosa.
All the shots of the fetus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was.
Oh my God.
That was Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
I love her.
That was
So
cool.
good.
Like, cause when I saw this, I didn't even know that Christopher Walken was in it.
Damn.
So Christopher Walken shows up. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then the movie's going along, and then he has his vision. And there was a trailer for Furiosa before the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So she's already in my head.
Yeah.
And then he meets his sister in the vision. I'm like, oh shit, it's Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was like when the surprise pro wrestler runs out in the middle of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
Hulk Hogan's back. It was that kind of thing. Like I felt like Amber had no idea what I was going on. I'm like, that. Do you know what that is? You know,
That's awesome.
I felt the same way because in 80s Dune, we see the sister. She's far younger.
Right. She's born in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this one, I was like, I wonder if we're going to see her ever. And I was like, oh shit, this is the scene where we see her. And I was like, oh shit, that's an actress that we know.
That's an A-lister.
As soon as you see her eyes, you're like, that's Anya Taylor-Joy.
Right.
Yeah.
She had one shot.
She was a thoroughbreds person. She was in Thoroughbreds.
She was.
She was
great
in
in
The Witch.
No,
And
just
the
the
menu,
good in
right?
that.
The
That
Witch
was
was
just
the best.
She's in the menu.
just watched
only.
that.
The Witch.
I didn't see that. How was it?
Witch.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Happily surprised.
What about The Witch, though? Remember The Witch?
is some crazy.
Oh, I don't know about the witch.
Anyway,
Camera stuff I got going on here.
Two conversations.
so I wonder then if they're going to do a big time jump. They might do a big
I
time
wondered
jump
that.
They probably
to the next
will.
one.
I actually liked that about this one. That it was fucking long, but they skipped so many points, and it was perfect. The pacing, like
Really
they went
good
from
pacing,
them
yeah.
kissing
But
to.
the part 2 started directly after part 1's
I
ending.
did. That's true.
They had just wrapped up the body of the
Right.
guy he killed.
Yeah, you still see Jamis.
Yeah,
wrapped
that's
up,
his body.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, when they walk, it took me a while to even understand what was happening.
Me too. I forgot.
When I walked into the temple, they're like, "You killed Jamis," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
in the first movie. Freaking okay. I have a question about continuity. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
The people who were freaking Who are the Arakeen people?
Arakan? The Fremen?
Nope. The people who were
The Harkonnens?
Harkonnens. Thank you.
Okay.
Harkonnens are hunting Fremen in the very beginning, and they all get shot in their ranged bodies, which is awesome.
Yeah, like a laser gun.
Who the fuck? Who shot them?
There's some sniper out there.
Yeah, Fremen.
Anonymous.
There's a Fremen sniper like out there
Okay.
picking them off.
So we're all just saying that it's someone that we don't know, and they're just picked them off.
It's a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good guy.
this was all
A good guy
setup.
kills bad guy.
It was all a setup.
was a
They
setup.
were planning on taking them out this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah. You got a
That was
problem with that, Z?
No.
I think you're thinking too hard. You got to turn your brain off.
For a movie like this, you turn your brain off.
I'm sorry.
You gotta turn your brain off for a movie like this, man. Let's just get a bowl of popcorn, have a good time. Let's have a good time at the movies, okay? Why are you thinking so hard?
No, I remember that scene because I remember thinking similarly, like, wait, we must have jumped in time because he's already fighting with them. I thought we were going to see some training montages. No, that's way too basic for this shit. Let's
Right.
get past that shit. Go right to the fighting.
Get past that.
You
yeah.
learned.
Yeah. They had that in I think in the 80s one they had some sort of montage where he was like getting ready to coach.
The whole end of the movie is a montage.
Yeah, that's
like the
basically
last
it.
20
I kind
minutes.
of want to watch it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I really
do
don't.
too.
I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Yeah,
After seeing these, it's a crazy movie, man.
Really?
It
I have a
is
far
so
deeper
insane.
comprehension of the story.
So the guy Fayed, the psycho nephew, is played by Sting.
He's Sting. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty great.
Yeah, it
Baron
is.
is funny in it.
The
too.
Baron is a clown,
He's like,
dude.
yeah,
He's got
total
like comedy
clown.
lines.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like flying around.
Yeah, he's like flying around. He's all like, he's like the Baron mixed with Pennywise.
Yeah.
And he has leprosy.
Yes.
Yeah. All of the Harkonnens have
They
leprosy.
have leprosy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he has like this he has pedophilia.
I got that vibe
caught
in this
that.
one too.
Yeah, but it's very it's very much.
Actually, he does darker stuff in the 80s version than his character does in
Or they
in
show
these
it.
movies.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about that because it's gross.
Yeah, it is
It's
pretty gross.
Anyway,
But
yeah. So
He pedos.
he
he
pedos.
pedos hardcore.
Yikes.
Hardcore pedo.
No pedo, please.
Yeah. Anyway.
But that shot.
Oh, pizza! I'm comfortable going to pizza time.
I'm ready.
You ready?
All right.
I
So
want to start.
the question of the hour.
Hold on, Kenny's. You're out of your camera.
Is that better?
There you go.
I sat up. Sorry. The question of the hour. If you could think of a metaphorical pizza to represent your experience with the movie Dune 2, what would that pizza be? Any volunteers?
I'm gonna volunteer, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna make it up. It's not
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
a good one.
Go D.
It's not gonna be good.
Go. D.
If we're talking about the experience that I had rather than the movie itself, because the movie has so much nuance and intricacy.
The movie is, but I mean, a
No.
review is your experience
no.
with the movie.
No, it's not. Because my first experience with this was different. You know how we have awesome tears.
Yeah, you do.
You cry at like things that are awesome.
You do.
Awesome tears.
Yeah. That's
That's just not normal.
that's not normal.
I don't think I've ever had an
That's a
awesome
D
tear, but
Yeah.
you are welcome.
when you have the pizza, I don't know what the pizza is or what it's made of, but it's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. And like onions, where it makes you cry, it does the same thing. You know, you have the pizza in front of you, and it just makes you cry. But joy, and you eat it and you cry, and it's amazing.
That's really cool.
That's it. That's
All
all I
right.
got.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Valid.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Some. Do you want to go?
I'm right. It's half
You
baked.
wanna- Okay, I'll go. I'll go ahead.
ahead.
I'll go ahead. All right. So, for me, just imagine, really, fuck New York. I'm going to Chicago today.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We're going to Chicago. Just like the best deep dish Chicago pizza you could think of. It's got the cornmeal crust and all that fucking cheese and sauce and meat. It's just good, right?
Nom.
Okay. All right. And then you know what I mean. And so it's like delicious and fresh and all the fresh ingredients, but there's a secret ingredient.
Sand.
and it's blue.
Whoa.
Blue?
Yeah. It's the water of life.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, someone's put some water of life onto this slice of pizza.
Jesus Christ, that's poison.
And when you eat it,
You die.
your ego dies.
Oh.
Yeah, your ego self dies.
True.
And,
Good thing.
And you see things that you couldn't have seen before you ate it.
That's great.
And all of a sudden you have a new definition of pizza entirely. You're just like, and people are like, what do you think about pizza? And you're like, there is no pizza. There is only Kenny. Right? You know?
Wait, that's the opposite of ego death.
It's all ego.
In the absence of the ego, something bigger replaces it, and it's me.
Wait, so this is the solipsism.
Let me finish. All right. No. Let me land the plane here. I'm not done. Okay. So my point is,
You're not done? Sorry.
once you finish eating this thing, your bar for pizza has been elevated
Oh, that's bad.
to like cosmic level.
That sucks.
Oh, it does. And that's why this is accurate.
Yeah.
Because you know what Denis did with Dune
Yeah.
is it fucked over every sci-fi fantasy film we're going to see for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
True.
And you know that's true.
Yeah.
We're going to see all kinds of stuff coming out and just be like, well, it's okay. Because it was that good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denis, for setting the bar. Yes.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
Yes.
And to all of Hollywood who is obviously listening to our show.
Obviously. All of it.
Denis,
Step
Jeff
up.
Cameron.
Step up, you know? This is the new bar. Step up, beat it, make something better.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Hey, speaking of sci-fi and completely off topic, what's his name? Coppola?
Oh, yes. He's got a movie coming
Ford
out
Coppola?
Yeah.
He has a movie?
this year.
I thought he just made pasta sauce and wine.
He does.
these
He
days.
sold a winery or a
Whoa.
vineyard. He sold a vineyard
Oh.
to make this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink any more Coppola
With-
wines.
oh,
Those are pretty cheap.
with
He probably
Adam Driver.
sold a vineyard.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
a. He
fine.
did say a vineyard.
Yeah, one of my many vineyards.
But yeah, he's making a sci-fi with Adam Driver.
Really?
It's a
Let's
film he's
go.
been working on and been writing since the 80s.
I'm down.
It's called Megalopolis.
Yeah.
He's spending 150 million of his own money.
Holy shit.
And he said he literally has zero intentions of making any money off of it whatsoever.
Oh, this I want to see.
This is
good
what I'm
stuff.
here for.
Yeah.
Now I'm
He's like, I just
down.
wanna make it.
He's an indie filmmaker.
Fuck yeah.
He's going full George Lucas
And I'm going to
Yeah.
buy his wine
Yeah, me too.
and pasta sauce.
and pasta sauce and
All right,
whatever else.
we're still short 2 pizzas.
Okay,
guys.
I'll go. This pizza is, first of all, the graphic design of the box it comes in. Excellent. I'm thinking
okay.
like a nice soft gradient from like all warm tones. You know,
Yep, it's got to be warm
the
time.
Dune
gotta be.
font, but it says pizza. You know?
Damn, that looks
Center
sick.
aligned.
It's
you know
still
what I mean?
symmetrical. Yeah.
Yep. And
right.
and the box opens and closes easily. There's no tab fucking with it. You just open and close the box. And
We good?
I'm good.
excellent.
Thank you.
Anyway, the experience also you get the box, you open the pizza, the box opening experience is excellent.
Oh, it's like unboxing an iPhone.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're unboxing this pizza and it fits perfectly in the box. It has like its little seat and also little tabs for you to open to take the pizza out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can
Amazing
lift up a
design.
slice without fucking up
Without
the pizza.
fucking up the rest of the pizza.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
Why haven't they made this?
I don't.
I'm
Get on
screaming.
it. You know what I mean? This pizza is just like, wow. You can take each piece as you want, piece by piece. You could take the whole pizza. Either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't ruin the experience.
Oh my God.
The toppings of this pizza, everything is perfect, and there's a little something, and it's you can't quite explain what it is. It's spice. You want to say it's cinnamon sugar. You want to say it's tahine. You want to say it's just fucking glitter.
It's tahine.
It's all of the above.
But it is tahini.
It's tahine.
That's what Denis used on set. He had hundreds of bottles of tahini. He's just pouring them all over the set. That's all it was. He got it from the taco truck, man.
Kills your
The best thing about this pizza, though.
Nobody breathe.
Nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. The best thing about this pizza, though, eating it, it has no calories.
Oh my God.
There's no way.
Yep. No calories.
Whew.
Yep. Yep. No heartburn.
I'm really turned on.
I am too.
Yeah.
It is gluten free. It is lactose free.
Oh my goodness.
It is vegan.
Oh my
goodness.
God.
It tastes exactly like the best fucking pizza you've ever had, Chicago
my
Deep
God.
South. And it is complete. It is all the wholesome. No calories.
We need to send your pizza review to Denis because I think he owes you something for that one.
I was
Yeah.
like,
He owes
He
you
does.
something.
That's a plug, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you.
I cried a little.
awesome tears, hopefully. Only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
I peed a little.
I
yeah.
also did.
Awesome.
We've all peed.
Awesome pee.
You know, awesome pee. When something's so awesome, you're like, oh, I peed a little.
Just pee, yeah.
Yep, it happened. We've all
Roller coasters and good pizza reviews.
We're all nearing middle age. It happens.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I haven't even had children.
I know. Just wait 10 years, we'll all get awesome diapers.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Then you'll pee a lot.
Taylor.
All right. On that note,
yeah. Go ahead.
well, I'm gonna keep it really simple, and I want to bring up one thing.
Okay.
This movie gives me Golden Helmet vibes.
Shit. We don't even have the golden helmet anymore.
Oh my God.
Is it gone?
I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it in years. You got it?
God.
Oh, geez.
Who has the golden helmet?
There might never be another gold.
Maybe we have to
Yeah.
buy a
That
golden
reason.
helmet
Oh,
again.
jeez.
But I don't think you're wrong. I don't.
Wow.
Do you?
It's kind of flawless.
Do you want to?
Okay,
in a way.
Hold on. Votes. 8 votes.
Okay.
True.
Okay. So do we have to explain how votes work?
Keep it real simple.
Keep it really simple.
All right. Each of us has the option of casting up to 8 votes in support of whatever is proposed. Then that we have to take the accumulation of total votes, and that accumulation must be equal to
It has to be 3/4, I believe.
3/4 of possible votes.
Yeah.
In order
Okay.
for it to pass.
Okay. Before we even vote,
This is the bylaws of Karman Line Studios.
understood and agreed and signed with my blood. Should we wait
4/5.
for the third movie to come out?
Oh, no. We're
is
not. We're
this-
not rating the.
No, I think
This
it's
is just
the
this movie by
Into
itself.
Yeah.
itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said should we wait, what I thought you were going to say is should we wait for your fucking pizza readiness?
Give your pizzas.
Okay, I'll get my pizza real quick.
Then you can call for a vote.
Okay, sorry.
We're like fucking Paul Atreides being like, I challenge all of you to fight me to the death.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was kind of cool.
That was.
That was kind of cool.
Okay.
Not going to lie.
Real quick, my pizza is very simple.
It's a good pizza.
You go to Italy.
Very simple. Just international travel. That's all.
Yeah, all you gotta do is get on a plane.
So simple.
That's all it
It's
is.
not that hard.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And then you go to what the locals recommend to you for pizza, and it's very traditional. It's a pizza shop they've been making pizzas for like over 100 years, family run, and all it is a classic margarita pizza.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Fresh mozzarella, baked at like 900 degrees in the pizza oven,
Jesus Christ.
and
That's very hot.
fresh
Heat of Arrakis.
fresh basil, the greatest tomato sauce you've ever tasted in your life. It's acidic, it's flavorful. It contrasts with the cream of the cheese. It's fresh.
Awesome too.
The crust is flawless. It is the best pizza in the world
Wow.
at that moment.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's good.
Yeah.
Good pizza.
I liked it.
Sounds like good. I would eat that pizza.
I
I
would.
would definitely eat it. I'd eat
probably-
the crap out of that.
I would certainly think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was pretty good.
All right. Call for your
pretty
vote.
good.
Do it. Call for
Okay,
your vote.
I call for a vote.
Oh shit.
I call for a vote on awarding Dune Part 2, The Golden Helmet.
Okay, so
Made
just,
on knife, chip, and shatter.
that's tough. That's tough. Okay, so quick.
Someone has to certify the vote, too.
The
I second his vote. I second.
Okay, then
Okay,
it's
yeah.
through.
All right,
And we're good.
All right, it's out.
with 4 people, it's 4/5. With 3 people, it's 3/4. So it's
Okay, 4/5.
Yeah, so between 4/5 of votes.
Fifth,
Yeah,
Okay.
Is that real?
which would
that's how. Yeah,
That is a real fraction.
That's a real fraction.
that's a real fraction.
They do that?
All right. Okay. All right. So again, Golden Helmet is the award we give to a perfect movie. It's
Yeah.
what we consider a perfect movie. The last time we held a vote was for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it barely came up short.
Yeah, it didn't quite pass. I think that was my fault.
To this day, we only have 2 recipients of the Golden Helmet Award. The first, the Golden Helmet Award was incepted for the movie Hereditary. The second one was for another Denis film,
Yeah, we retroactively gave it.
Blade
to-
Runner 2049.
I didn't realize it was also Denis.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So that's it. That of all the movies we've covered in the talkies,
Which is
this
yeah.
is only the 4th time this has come up. Even
yeah, right.
We've done how many episodes have we done?
we've done 100.
We've
we've done over 100.
a lot of fun.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Our 14 fans will verify.
Well, there's plenty of episodes that we haven't published, so
Oh, if we count the ones we haven't published, we've got a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be
All right.
100.
So we must each take our turn to cast. You have the possible of up to 8 votes to cast. We will start with D. Vote D.
7.
7 votes from D. Maddie.
I will give it 6.
Okay.
I think
Fair.
on technicalities mostly,
Yeah.
meaning
All
that
right.
it's a second.
Taylor.
I'll give it 8 since I raised it. So
I too give it 8.
Oh, we
That's
passed.
it.
That's it. We passed.
That's it.
Holy shit. We've got another Golden Helmet winner.
fuck. Congratulations, Denis. This is going to change your career.
This is Denis Villeneuve's 2nd Golden Helmet and 3rd nomination.
This is gonna break the news.
Oh man!
I gotta start
Congratulations,
tweeting.
Denis. You're going to be funded in Hollywood for the rest of your career. You can use this on all your films going forward.
Put it on your resume.
Yeah, on my resume that you got, Golden Helmet. from
You're
London
set.
Studios.
Send the PNG
Twice.
of the
Twice
laurels
now, yeah.
to you.
So he's the leader.
He's the first ever 2-time winner of the Golden Helmet.
The
Ever.
only, let's be face it.
Now what?
Until Civil War comes out.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
You know, you mean Alex Garland?
Yep.
I do look forward to watching.
Never won one
going to watch
before.
Yes.
No, I could see Ari becoming a second one, maybe.
Yeah. It's funny. Not even. Yeah. Bo was afraid didn't go.
We didn't do it with Beau's Afraid, and we didn't do it with
Stand by that. It's not-
with Midsummer.
Midsummer either. So, I mean, it's not common that we bring this up. It's a rare situation.
It is.
Anyway, you've been watching the talkies or listening to the talkies.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've made it this far, goddamn, we love you. That's so cool.
like sub.
Like and sub.
like-
oh, sorry. I'm supposed to do that in the voice.
Like and sub.
Like and sub. That was the voice.
That was the voice.
Now you have to do it. You don't
I
have
saw a
a
little
choice.
spit come out there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think that meant
part
you
of
did it right.
helps.
Yeah, it's
It
like
helps.
more
Yeah.
immersive.
Earlier we had a joke going on about if Paul accidentally used the voice and he said
stop
fuck,
recording.
what might happen? Just think about that.
might happen.
Anyway, see you later. Thanks everyone. Goodbye. Fuck.